Hey everyone, this is the review for Daybreakers. Now I'm going to try to do it with a video review this time because I'm, just thinking about it, I want to do it. So, yeah. And also I'm going to try to edit these videos for now. It's very hard for me to edit this stuff with the flip video camera because the actual memory is very, very large for these, so I have to compress them a lot and then the quality gets bad. So I'm going to try to edit this one, alright? So let's get on to the review. Okay, now the story in Daybreakers is actually very interesting and very good, actually. It has to do with 2009, there was an outbreak, and pretty much an infection that turned everybody into vampires. Well, at least almost everybody. And everybody that didn't want to turn, pretty much, I guess it was like an infection, like some were immune and some weren't. So some of them were, turned into vampires, and some turned other people into vampires, blah, 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 bite, I'm a vampire. And that's pretty much what happened. So 10 years after that, it's 2019, and, vampires are screwed because there's like no humans left. There's 5% humans left. Like 2% milk, there's only 5% humans left. So it's human blood is becoming very scarce. So they're pretty much going, oh, we need to figure out a solution for this. Pretty much a blood solution, a different kind of thing that will help us not turn into these monsters that are around, which are, they call it the subsiders, I think, who just turn into pretty much a classic vampire, like, I got wings, I turn into a bat. Even though you don't really see them turn into a bat, you see a lot of bats in here, in this story at least. So yeah, they pretty much want to find out a solution not to turn into these, and the company manager, the company, I guess, whatever, the owner, I guess, I don't know what the hell he is. He pretty much, he's played by Sam Neill, who was in Jurassic Park, if you don't know. He was in Jurassic Park 2, no, he's in Jurassic Park 1 and 3, not in 2, because, they couldn't afford to get a good actor. So, yeah, he's actually very good in this also. Obviously, I just said he's very good. So, yeah, he plays that guy, and, he plays the leader of the building. That's stupid. Anyway, Ethan Hawke also plays a worker there who pretty much is trying to figure out the solution for a different blood, and they're all vampires pretty much. He finds a group of humans, and the humans want his help because they trust him. So he helps the humans find out like a cure because they need a vampire to figure out. The reason they need a vampire is because it's a kind of cure that has to do with sunlight. I don't want to ruin it, but yeah, they need a vampire because they need to react to sunlight. I'm not going to tell you what they really need to do, but yeah. So yeah, they figure out a cure. Pretty much, obviously, they're going to go and pretty much try to tell everybody, like, oh, this is the cure, blah, blah, blah. They're going to find out, like, some way to do that. And, of course, things go pretty much wrong. And that's pretty much the story. The story is great. It's a very smart movie. I love it, actually. So, yeah, definitely the best part of the movie, I would say. So, yeah, let's go on to acting and then gore, or violence. Let's go to violence and action. And then I'll be done. Okay, now the acting in this film was actually really good. Ethan Hawke did a very good job for his character. He played pretty much the doctor guy that's figuring out, oh, I need to figure out a cure, well, not a cure, a different blood, so we can drink that and, stop fucking eating humans, pretty much. So yeah. He did great, actually. I thought he actually did fantastic. But then he kind of got to the point where he barely talked, and he was kind of like, he was barely in it sometimes. I was like, actually going, what the hell, where is he? Oh, there he is. Yay. But, you can't always follow your main character. You always have to go off and develop other characters. But I really liked his character. But I didn't like his character the most. I liked Willem Dafoe's character, he plays Elvis. I forgot his real name. He said his real name. But it was like, it was Lyle, I think. Freaking Willem Dafoe, man. He always had Lyle as a name. If you know what other movie he's named Lyle, then you get 5 points on the gore charts. I don't know what the hell that is. I just made it up. 5 points if you know what other movie he was in named Lyle. Yeah, well, he did great. He was very funny. Yeah. Yeah, so everybody else did okay, I guess. Sam Neill did pretty decent also. He didn't really flesh out his character that much. He wasn't in it that much either. Sometimes he felt like he was going to go to the good side because he's supposed to be the villain in this, and you think he's going to go to the good side. Sometimes he has some I forgot the word, but pretty much sad moments where he meets his daughter and something happens to her and he's like, oh, and sometimes he's looking at the farmed humans like in this big room, and he's just like looking like he's like thinking, he's like rethinking his whole thing, but no, which is weird. That's probably one problem I have with the film. That his character really wasn't fleshed out, and I thought he was gonna. Sometimes, I thought he would actually bust out and talk to himself and like say, "This is screwed up." Anyway, yeah, the acting overall was very good from the two leads. The girl in this movie, I forgot her name, but she did pretty decent. Also, everybody else did. Everybody did good. Even the Ethan Hawke's brother in this movie. I forgot his name too. His name was Sam Dalton in the movie. I forgot his actor's name, but yeah, whatever. He was good also. Overall acting was decent. So let's go on to violence / action, which is my last category. And now anyway, the violence and the action were badass. Okay, now this is a very, very low budget movie. I mean, it's like 20 million. I mean, that's not very, very low budget, but for a vampire movie to come out these days, that's pretty low budget. 20 million. Great movie. I mean, the special effects aren't that fantastic. The fire effects, but the gore effects are great. The creatures, they look fantastic. No special effects really there. I mean, they had practical effects, which were awesome. I love practical effects, by the way. That's why I always loved Hellboy, to be honest. I mean, come on. It's just a great movie. It's just a great movie. Violence was... action was... but, some people are complaining about, the gore, like I was talking about, the violence. Shut up. There you go. That's what I have to say, because it's not supposed to be really taken seriously. I mean, it is very serious, but, I mean, when the gore comes and there's body being ripped open, there is one of the best bodies getting ripped open ever. One of them characters in this movie, I'm not gonna say who, gets pretty much ripped apart. I mean, head ripped apart. You see his freaking neck, just his neck gets stretched out and stuff. He's like, oh, and he's just dead. I mean, I would definitely rank that like on one of the top 10 best getting ripped the freaking part ever, death scenes, ever. Anyway, this is a very violent movie, very awesome. I love it. Definitely a great movie. Serious. Let me say that over. Great plot. Great violence, great acting, great action, low budget, still awesome. Reminds me of District 9, but I'm not going to give it that high. I am going to give it a District 9 out of 10. That's exactly what I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. That's on my serious rating. That's my serious rating. If I had to go for fun rating, I would give it like a 9.5. I love this movie. It's my favorite movie of 2009 so far. Thank God. I mean, 2010 so far. 2010. Sorry. The real way to say it is 2010. Because I heard someone say, I mean, when you were in 1999, you didn't say 1,999, did you? No, you said 1999. So shut up. So yeah, now I'm definitely gonna say 2010. Anyway, yeah, great film. I know I just went on a complete different loop there. Great film. Definitely go check it out. It's definitely gonna be underrated, but definitely underrated because of this Twilight shit. And also, I just want to say one thing. If one of you motherfuckers are watching this that were in my theater somehow, some way, I hate you. Because you would laugh all the time. Every time someone said kind of cheesy dialogue, you would laugh. Everybody was talking through the movie. A couple people left. If somehow, some way, you don't even know me. If you saw this movie with me, somehow, I will kill you. Because you almost ruined a great experience. Because you wouldn't shut up. I hate that in the theater. I loved my theater in every other movie, but that was because they loved it also. When they hate something, they have to ruin it for everybody else, right? But they didn't. I really pulled through, and I still love the movie. Thank you, Willem Dafoe, for adding comedy. So at least when they laughed, it felt like oh, they're laughing for that. Anyway, great movie, 9 out of 10. Definitely go check it out if you're not thinking about it, because it's definitely worth it. So next review is probably going to be The Road, and then the next one after that is going to be Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. I don't know if I'm going to do this like this, if it's popular and if people like it, then yeah. So yeah, thank you and bye.